We are truly living in strange times. Our society is the least social, least communicative, loneliest society in the entire history of humankind. Think about that for a second. People are communicating less with each other than they ever have before. The results are declining marriage rates, declining birth rates, and skyrocketing mental health issues. So what happened? How did we get here? And is there any way to fix it? I'm going to blame this whole mess on something really simple, and I'm sure tons of people will disagree with me. But I'm going to make a case for the argument, and if you can think of a better reason for this mess, then leave it in the comments. Think about this for a second. What did people do for entertainment prior to social media? What did people do for entertainment prior to video games? What did people do for entertainment prior to the internet? Take it a step further. Try to imagine a world without any digital entertainment at all. No smartphones, no internet, no computers, no Spotify, no podcasts, no TikTok, no video games, no chatting with AI, no social media, no AI slop videos, no form of digital information at all. I mean, hell, what would you do with yourself? Most people can't put their smartphones down for more than an hour. If the internet goes down, they'll start to go nuts. But the weird thing is, just 30 years ago, there was no internet, no smartphones, and no social media. Oh my gosh, what did people do to fill their time? Think about it for a second. The second we get bored, we reach for our phones. But what if there was no phone to reach for? So here's a question for you. What is the most common form of entertainment historically? And what did people do to entertain themselves without the internet? It was surprisingly simple. They'd talk to each other and have conversations. Yeah, people actually used to enjoy talking to one another. And it was this way throughout all of human history. It was actually this way moving since the dawn of humanity, all the way up to the early 2000s. And with the introduction of social media, the amount of time people spent actually talking to each other dropped off a cliff, and the amount of time keeps on falling. It turns out that if you don't have a digital screen to put in front of your face, you get really bored really fast, and you have to actually go out and find something to do. Without the digital screen, the solitude becomes almost unbearable. So you go out and find people to talk to, and you find fun things to do together. And this was the main thing people were doing prior to the 2000s. People would often hang out. And hanging out basically meant that you were going to be around someone without any particular plan. You were just enjoying each other's company. But now when people are lonely, they reach for their phones. They go on social media, they watch videos, they listen to podcasts. But what if there was no phone to reach for? This would force people to actually socialize with one another. If you had plans to engage in some form of group activity, that was called going out. If you were just going to sit around and have conversations, that was called visiting, or sometimes having coffee, or having tea, or having a few beers with your friends. This was also called company. When was the last time you really enjoyed someone else's company? You have to understand, this is what most people did with most of their free time. People would spend hours upon hours just talking to one another, just as recently as the 1990s. And prior to the 1990s, it was like this for the entirety of human history. People used to talk to each other as their main form of entertainment. When the internet was first invented, it went through about a 10-year period where people mostly used the internet just to talk to each other and have conversations. There were public chat rooms, and everyone had AOL Instant Messenger on their computer. And during this time, just chatting with people was considered great entertainment. But now, people get upset if you call instead of text their phone. In the 1980s, if you had a sister, you wouldn't even get to use the phone because she'd be on it talking to her friends all night. People used to use their phones for conversations as an actual form of entertainment. But now, how often are you using your phone as an actual phone? Social media is no longer social. Most people aren't having actual conversations with each other on social media. And when people aren't talking to each other, they don't learn how to, they don't like each other, and there's no sense of community. This is Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and you will notice that level 3 is love and belonging needs. This is essentially the social needs level for the chart. For a person to be happy and feel like they are living a fulfilling life, they have to have these social needs met, and they have to feel like they belong. Belonging needs? You might ask, belong to what? Well, the answer is groups, family, community, and clubs. When these social needs aren't met, people feel lonely, disconnected, unhappy, and even depressed. and the number of people feeling isolated, alone, and depressed is skyrocketing. See, people use digital media as a substitute all the time for actual human relations. Feeling lonely? Watch a Netflix drama. Feeling lonely? Chat with an AI chatbot. Feeling lonely? Watch TikTok videos or listen to a podcast. The problem is that digital media may temporarily alleviate some of your boredom or loneliness, but it doesn't actually do anything to improve your relationships or bonds with real, actual people. And every minute you spend looking at a digital screen is a minute you didn't spend talking to an actual human being. See, it's sort of like a snake eating its own tail. You use digital media to help you not feel lonely, but then you don't do anything in the real world to actually help create human connections. And the lack of human connections is what made you feel lonely in the first place. In the long run, it just makes the problem even worse. Using digital media and screens is not a sufficient substitute to fulfill your social needs. It's sort of like taking an aspirin that will numb the pain a little bit, but won't actually do anything to help heal the injury. And not talking to other people creates further problems because you don't learn how to interact with others. You don't develop any social skills, and you don't know how to talk to people because you haven't practiced enough to get used to it. This is so bad that we have millions of people that would rather spend their time talking to AI chatbots than real people. But again, the AI chatbot isn't going to fully fulfill those social needs or those love and belonging needs. It's sort of like trying to substitute a lack of food for drinking extra water. You can fill your stomach up with so much water that you feel full temporarily, but ultimately, the lack of nutrition is going to kill you because water is not an adequate substitute for food. All right, that's the problem. You tell me what the solution is, or what you think the solution would be for you to live a more happy and improved life. Really think about that for a minute. What would the world be like if there was no AI chatbots, no internet, no smartphones, and no video games? I'm not saying to give these things up, or that they can't be used in a healthy manner. I can't tell you what to do with your life. That's your decision. But I can say that using these things too much or as a substitute for real relationships is ruining many people's lives. We are living in the least social, least communicative, and loneliest society in the entire history of humankind. The reason that people are communicating less than they ever have before is mostly due to the mass digital and entertainment replacing real, actual human communication. Feel free to leave a comment on your thoughts and stay tuned for future videos.
Welcome to Yoga Plus. Courses available from pupil to yogi. Sort by yoga, fitness, and instructors. Create your own routines. Access the Pose Library. Yoga Plus by Psyche Truth, available on Google Play and the App Store.
Join us for 14 and 30-day programs, hour-long classes, and much more on our yoga app, Yoga Plus by Psyche Truth. It's free to download and features a variety of wellness content, including yoga, fitness, Pilates, guided meditations, and interviews with dozens of wellness experts.